Everywhere you look, someone is telling you a different story about what you should eat. Keto, paleo, fasting, low fat, high fat, superfoods, detoxes. This is endless. So you might be wondering, who can I actually trust? Hi, I'm Tamara, a certified Master Health Coach and fitness nutritionist. And honestly, I've been through the same confusion, trying to figure out what is actually healthy and what is just marketing BS. But here's what I discovered when I started digging deeper. Every developed country has been studying nutrition for decades, independently of each other. And the outcome of all that research is the official dietary guidelines. And they were created not to sell you something, but to actually improve public health. And the most profound part, despite cultural differences, most countries landed on very similar recommendations. Just look at this. And this tells us one thing. These principles are as trustworthy as it gets. So, allow me to introduce you the American version of these guidelines called MyPlate. I use it for myself, for my family, and for the vast majority of my clients. According to this approach, in order to supply your body with all the necessary nutrients, the recommendation is to fill half of your plate with vegetables and fruit. They will provide you with fiber, water, and the variety of micronutrients that your body needs for healthy living. A quarter of the volume of the plate is lean proteins that are responsible for building various tissues in the body, such as muscles, ligaments, tendons, hormones, etc. And the last quarter is filled with complex carbohydrates that provide long-lasting energy and some more fiber. Add a little bit of healthy oils, and you're done. The important caveat, though, is that many people shy away from this approach because they think that from now on, every single meal will have to look like this plate. And it's overwhelming. Because what about my favorite pasta or tacos or, I don't know, occasional cake? Or what if I like a salad for lunch without all these carbs? And here's the thing. This plate illustrates the overall diet, not every meal of your day. What matters is whether or not your nutrition looks somewhat like this in a longer run. Let's say in a course of a week. Our digestive cycle can last for up to 3 days anyway, so who cares what comes with which meal? So it's absolutely normal to have a meal that doesn't have much veggies, if you balance it out with a salad later on. So just be mindful of your overall patterns. An important addition to a plate is what I call a sprinkle of joy, or food for pleasure. Yes, you heard me right. Food serves many purposes, and pleasure is one of them. And if we completely remove it from our life, we will soon find ourselves unsatisfied with the way we eat, and it will quickly lead to setbacks, binging episodes, or failure to maintain your diet. So please include moderate amounts of whatever food brings you joy and satisfaction. And people always ask, what are the magic superfoods and what should I cut out completely? Truth is, there aren't any magic foods, and almost nothing is totally off limits. The real key is variety, balance, and, common sense. For example, alcohol is a toxin in any amounts, so use your common sense to measure this one. Trans fats have proven to be harmful, and most countries have already restricted them on the market. But to make sure, just read the labels and choose products that do not contain trans fats. Other than that, nothing is banned. But here are some general recommendations on how to balance and choose your nutrients. For proteins, try to choose lean options, as higher amount of saturated fat is linked to higher health risks on multiple planes. For carbs, go with complex carbs. For example, whole grains, pasta made with hard varieties of wheat, Potatoes, yay, potatoes are good too. Whole grain bread. Aim to eat at least half of your grains in a whole variety versus processed. And for vegetables, just go for variety. Eat the rainbow. The more colors you can rotate, the better. As of food for pleasure, whatever gives you satisfaction. Not a sweet tooth person? Deli meats or gourmet cheeses, something you can use too. Another tricky-ish thing is portion control. How much is too much? How do you measure your servings? First of all, let's look back onto MyPlate concept. Please keep in mind that the plate here isn't the standard American dinner plate. I honestly don't know who came up with these, but this person didn't do us any favors, that's for sure. Because dinner plates are ginormous. Nobody needs this amount of food ever. And if you use dinner plate to serve, normal amount of food, this food will look so small that our brain will start playing tricks with us. We perceive the same amount of food differently when it is served on different plates. So, first of all, to feel more satisfied after a meal, go for a smaller plate. And forget the food scale. Your own hands are the only portion guide you need. A palm for protein, a fist for carbs, cupped hands for vegetables and fruits, and a thumb for fat. Done. So here's the takeaway. Nutrition doesn't have to be about chasing trends or arguing over the latest fad. And if you want to dive deeper, you don't have to take my word for it. You can look at the guidelines yourself. I will drop the links in the descriptions to MyPlate here in the US, as well as Canada's food guide, the UK's Eat Well guide, Germany's Nutrition Circle, Japan's Spinning Top, Australia's Plate, and China's Food Pagoda. You can look through all of them. Different countries, different cultures, yet the same core message: balance, variety, and moderation. Next week, we're shifting gears to movement, because it's not just about what's on your plate, it's also about how your body is designed to move. And down the road, I'll share a full episode on how to spot misinformation in wellness, so you can tell the difference between solid science and marketing noise. In the meantime, if you want personal support applying these principles in real life, check out the links below for my coaching, newsletter, and just more videos on the channel. Because when you understand the root basics, everything else becomes a lot simpler. I'll see you in a week. Bye.